Welcome back to FM Story. We are halfway through our final season with the Athletic Club. We are still in second place in the league, but our recent form's tailed off a bit and Real Madrid have built up a bit of a gap on us. Can we hold them back? Can we still progress in the Champions League? Let's find out. Before we do get started, if you do enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get going. We ended the last episode in a bit of a downturn in form. The form in February was a bit up and down. There were some good games, some truly atrocious games. We started off with a trip to Granada where we peppered their goal with shots, only managed 3 on target, but we came away with a 1-0 victory, and even then that was a penalty from Nico Serrano, so not the best performance, but at least it got us back on winning ways. We then went away to Huesca and somehow didn't score in the normal 90 minutes. Game went to extra time. They took the lead. We pulled one back in the second half of extra time, but then they went ahead and scored again, and we went out after extra time. Really, just not an acceptable performance. I mean, we had 27 shots on goal, 8 shots on target, 3.48 XG, and we scored 1 goal. Just not good enough. And that was with we don't even have the excuse of rotating our team. We then played Malaga at home. It was a comfortable victory. We got off to a flying start. Unai Ribeiro got 2 in 2 minutes early on. John Guerrero added another, and we were 3-0 up at half time, and then just eased our way through the rest of the game to finish 3-0. We then welcomed Bayern Munich to San Mamés, and this was one of our better performances of the season. Totally dominated in terms of chances. We were 2-0 up after half an hour, having already missed a penalty at that stage. And Baronecha added a late goal as well to give us a 3-0 lead. That was exactly what we needed after the first leg to take a big advantage like that into the game in Munich. We then followed that up with another comfortable victory away from home, this time against Deportivo. We beat them 4-1. First half, neither team created much. We took a lead early on in the second half. They equalised pretty soon after, but we were too strong for them, and we scored another 3 goals after the hour mark to secure the 4-1 victory. We then went away to Bayern Munich and gave a reasonable account of ourselves. We were definitely the second best on the day. They were 2-0 up just before the hour. We were able to pull a goal back through sunset, which in the grand scheme of things was ideal with what happened later on. They scored it in the 90th minute and then had a goal disallowed for the tiniest offsides in the 94th minute, which would have taken us through to extra time, but luckily it was enough to see us through to the next round. We followed that up with a trip to the Nou Camp and conceded an early goal. We were quickly back on level terms through Nico Serrano. We were actually 2-1 up at half time. Pablo Uregui adding a goal, and when we thought we'd hung on and ground out a win, Ansu Fati popped up in the dying stages to consign us to a draw. And then we ended the most recent game was a trip to Betis, and we might as well not have even bothered turning up on the pitch. We were that bad. They took the early lead through Alejandro Garnacho. They added a second just after the half hour. We got a consolation goal in the 89th minute, but nowhere near good enough. So as far as the league's concerned, we're still in second place. We're 8 points behind Real Madrid now. We're 9 points clear of Atletico in third, and 17 points clear of Betis in fourth. We've got a big game coming up next. Local rivals Real Sociedad, who are struggling this season, so hopefully that's enough to get us back on track. We're going into the game against Real Sociedad hot on the heels of that defeat against Betis. We've gone back to the 4-2-3-1 with Uregui, John Guerrero and Nico Serrano behind Unai Ribeiro, and hopefully we can play on the fact that Sociedad are down in 15th and struggling this season. And Guillamon, Quintanilla, Sunset. Ooh. I wonder if he could have just taken that down rather than going with his head. Right. Uregui. Down the right hand side. Back to Guillamon. Marino. Oh! Just skimmed the roof of the net. Right, Quintini with a free kick. Ibanez down the left hand side. Into Nico Serrano. And he beat the keeper to the ball, poked it past him, and we're 1-0 up. It's a lovely ball by Unai Ibanez. Serrano gets there before the keeper and manages to find the back of the net. Not much has happened since the goal. Guillamon down the right. They clear. Quintini gets his head to it. Are they going to break? No, Uregi wins it back. Danny Vivian, Nico Serrano, and Unai Ribeiro's got on the loose ball and finished it. It looks as though once Serrano took that down in the box, the defender tackles him. Let's just have a look. Nice ball. First touch from from Serrano. Defender gets to tackle him, but Unai Ribeiro's there to slot home. 2-0 up going into half time. Just exactly what we needed. And all in all, exactly what we wanted out of that first half. And Baronet with the throw. Serrano. Baronet again down the left hand side here. We've given the ball away there. And Quintini gets his head on it. Baronet into the middle of the pitch. What a run. Gives the ball away. And now they're breaking. Danny Vivian bringing it forward. Into Maturana, onto Ribeiro. 3-0. That's got to be game done and dusted now. Vivian brings it through. Nico and Maturana around the corner. And there's Unai Ribeiro to poke it past the keeper. Right, Ochoa, Sunset. Oh, what a pass that is from Sunset. Shoot, hopefully that's not offside. It's a great ball from Sunset. Lovely finish from Maturana. And it counts. Ochoa into Sunset. One touch, looks up, over the top. And Maturana on the volley just guides it into the side net and past the keeper. And that's full time. Really good performance, really good result. Just exactly what we needed off the back of that game against Betis. We have made it into April of our final season here. And things are going a bit better than they were previously. We started March with a home game against Celtic in the UEFA Champions League. And it was one of our best performances of the season. We ended up running out 4-0 winners. We scored all the goals within 22 minutes in the second half. But a lovely, comfortable victory and putting us in a great position ahead of the second leg. We followed that up with a trip to Valencia, which didn't go particularly well. We followed that up with a home game against Valencia, which didn't go particularly well. Really just not at the races at all. We had made a few changes just to rest some players for the second leg of the Champions League. We also had some injury and fitness issues as well. We then went away to Celtic in the second leg of the Champions League, and we got off to a great start when we took the lead just after the half hour. We thought we'd gone 2-0 up, but Unai Ribeiro's second was disallowed. They pulled a couple of goals back, but the big advantage that we had from the first leg was enough to see us through the tie and to see us get a quarter-final tie against Napoli. We then went away to Cadiz and we got off to a really good start, 3-0 up after 34 minutes. Nearly threw it away completely, being pulled back to 3-2 by half-time. We then went 4-2 up just after half-time, and then basically all the action seemed to stop. And we followed up that victory with a 3-1 victory away at Espanyol. Another fairly dominant performance. Got off to a quick start and were able to create chances and actually take them in this game as well. And then we began April with a 2-2 draw against Villarreal. We were very, very poor for most of the game. They went ahead just before half time. They scored another just after half time, and we had to come from 2-0 down, clawing and scratching our way to a 2-2 draw. In the end, it was a pretty decent result because we didn't play that well, but we can and should be much better. Now, as far as the league's concerned, we're currently sat in second place, 10 points behind Real Madrid. There's only 7 games left, so the chances are the title's now gone. Worryingly, Atletico Madrid are getting a bit closer to us than they were, but hopefully we can pick up some more points, and basically we're going to be looking for Real Madrid to lose games. We do still have to play them, but obviously they're going to need to lose games for us to have any chance. So we go into the Napoli game, big game. Unfortunately, the first leg's away from home. We've done quite well against Bayern Munich and Celtic and getting a decent performance at home, and then going into the second leg. We are missing a few players. So Ochoa and Barrera are having to play in the defensive midfield roles. Sanset's having to play in the number 10 role because Julian John Guerrero is not available. Unai Ribeiro is not fit, so Ander Benito's come into the starting lineup as well. But other than that, it's the normal team. Obviously, they've got a ridiculously talented team. You've got Kvaratskhelia, Raspadori. Somewhat surprised that Danny Rodriguez has made it into their team because he was never any good for us. But, you know, he's probably going to score the winner. Right, we could really do with just keeping this tight, not letting them have too many chances. And as long as it's close going into the home leg, we're hopefully okay. Daniel Rodriguez has found a Barda. Oh, put the kiss of death on this game already. Slagged off Danny Rodriguez before the game. Defence splitting pass to stick a Barda through. And Napoli are 1-0 up after 6 minutes. Great stuff. Just what we wanted. Now we've got a free kick on the edge of the box. Ander Benito's going to step up and take it. I think that might be the first free kick he's taken for us, but he can take many more after that. Bends it round the wall, gave the keeper no chance. Right, it might have even got in off the post. Lovely goal. Oh! That could have been 2-1 up and looking good. Barrera with the corner again. And this time they've headed clear. Can't afford to waste chances like that. Danny Rodriguez with a free kick into Zeki Celik. Oh, we've gone long across the field to Hugo Guillamon. Into Yeregi Benito. Oh, a better first touch, and he surely was making it 2-1. Oh, Danny Rodriguez nicked it back. Long ball forward from the keeper. Oh no. No! That's one of the most calamitous bit of defending we've done all season. Long ball. Could have cleared it then. We got a block on it there. The keeper goes the wrong way after he gets up and taps it into an empty net. I mean, considering we're missing some key players, that was a pretty decent first half. It's just that calamitous bit of defending for that second goal. I mean, otherwise the XG would be almost identical. It's just a stupid mistake. Got to throw in. Javi Lopez has nicked it back. Barrera, Sunset, Danny Vivian, Hugo Guillamon down the right hand side into Benito, Nico Serrano pulls it back. Oh! I thought we'd managed to go a pass too far and lose the shooting chance. So Nico Serrano gets to the byline, comes back, puts inside, plays it back to Guillamon, he plays it to Barrera, lays it off to Sunset, and he smashes it past the keeper, and that's us back to 2-2. What? Please be offside. I know Kvaratskhelia is good, but how did he get it in from that angle? Oh, I'm not overly convinced that was offside. We've got a corner, Nico Serrano to take it. Headed clear, Sunset. Shoot someone. I'd rather it wasn't the centre half shooting, but I have to say, much happier with that scoreline than the half-time scoreline. Hopefully we can put in another performance like we have done in the home legs against Celtic and Bayern Munich, and hopefully the home advantage can see us through. And that's the end of this episode. The league title's probably gone for us now, but quarter-final of the Champions League, very, very finely balanced. We've got a second leg coming up against Napoli, home leg. So let's find out if we can make it to the semi-final. Thanks for watching. See you next time.